Hi, you're welcome to today's program on Point. On Point is actually where we'll bring you all kinds of varieties, both entertainment, politics, whatever that the world of communication have to offer. So today I'll be bringing you a very wonderful topic, and this is autism. Autism is actually a mental condition being present from childhood, and it had to do with the hindrance in terms of communication and the kids not being able to interact, very well in terms of relationship and all that. So that's the reason why we brought an expert that will be speaking the minds of a majority that are actually faced with this challenge of autism, and he's actually a wonderful genius in that aspect. And I'll be taking you straight to the interview on Point Crew had with her. Enjoy it, we'll be right back. My name still remains Ekenezepwe. Autism is a mental condition present from early childhood, characterized by great difficulty in communicating and forming relationships with other people and using language and abstract concepts. Autism spectrum disorder (ASD) and autism are both general terms for a group of complex disorders of brain development. These disorders are characterized in varying degrees by difficulties in social interaction, verbal and non-verbal communication, and repetitive behaviors. Autism doesn't have a cure but can be managed if detected early. Mrs. Akinteriwa, an expert in autism management among kids, have not only managed the kids' mental condition but has harnessed the kids to reach their full potentials by involving them in the work of crafts. Chatting with AFP reporters, she stated the challenges the autism schools are facing, how to detect child's condition early, and the progress made in autism management in Nigeria.
My name is Rose Akinshenwa. I work with Thoughtful House. Thoughtful House Foundation is a foundation that takes care of children with autism. Autism is a developmental disorder that affects children's cognitive abilities, communication skills, and social skills. And in Nigeria, for now, we have we have cases of children with autism. We do not have statistics, but in the developed world, it is 1 to every 68 births. So you can imagine that if we had statistics, we would have been very close to that. And as I said, it affects their cognitive skills. They cannot learn like regular children do, so you have to give them special education. It affects their social skills, so they cannot socialize the way you and I do. So you need to teach them how to socialize, and it affects their communication. Sometimes they do not talk quickly or early when they're supposed to, but some, of course, eventually they learn how to talk and they talk. Sometimes you are talking and communicating an information, and the child is finding it difficult to process, to understand exactly what it is you're trying to tell them. So those are the three aspects, and you need to teach these children. Some things just come natural to human beings, but for a child with autism, you have to take your time to teach that child, especially. So basically, in a this is a very brief on autism. We have enjoyed a little sponsorship from some corporate bodies in Nigeria, but it's not been easy. We are still looking for sponsors, for people to help us so that we are able to do the work that we're doing. We try to raise awareness because a lot of Nigerians don't even know what autism is or what it is all about. They don't even know that autism is here present with us in our society. And in cases where there's autism, the children have been tagged to be spiritually or demonic. They have demon possession, or they have spiritual problems. Parents take children to prayer houses, and it cannot help. So if Nigerians can learn more about what autism really is, because as I said, you have to teach them, so it means they are teachable. You can teach, and these children will learn, and they will become something in society, because some of them have quite intelligent, very, very intelligent, in fact, and you don't know which one is the Bill Gates or which one is the future president, or who will find the cure for AIDS amongst these children. So the possibilities are limitless with our children. We expect our baby to grow up, and when he's supposed to sit, he will sit, develop. He will just develop naturally. And sometimes for our children with autism, of course, they develop physically normally. If you see a child with autism, you will not know. It's not, there's no physical manifestation. But from age 18 months, 2 years, for some parents, they begin to notice that this child is not talking or blabbing like other babies, or interacting with the parents, smiling, pointing, and little things that children do, and they are active. Sometimes they're extremely quiet, or they cry a lot, it could be. And besides the communication, there's this thing called eye contact. Like, I'm talking to you now, I look at you and you look at me. But for our children, eye contact is a very big red flag. So when you see a child that is not looking you in the eye, that's a red flag as well. The speech, the eye contact, those are the few, from childhood that should give the parent a source of concern. But the most important thing is to go and see a pediatrician who will do some assessments and give a diagnosis. There's no known cause for autism, so nobody can do anything to say, okay, we're going to stop it. What we need to do is intervention. So yes, what the government can do is to invest more in training teachers, in training doctors, in training dietitians, in opening centers, in sponsoring centers, and sponsoring parents that are unable to afford to train their children that have autism, because as I said, it's special education, so you need specialists to really take care of them exactly. And if the doctor is, trained to know, then he will, because a lot of our doctors don't even know. It's just now that they're beginning to come up to know that, okay, there's something like autism, and but they don't know much and they cannot help much. So we have a few centers around where parents can take their children to, but we need a lot of government support for awareness as well.
All right, you're welcome from that. Now you know what needs to be done, how and what you have to do. The experts have already advised you on what to do, so that you can discover this, if in case your child happen to be suffering from this mental condition, so that you know what to do on time. And as well, there's a lot of school for autism infected kids, so you can take them to these centers for proper care. Thank you very much for being a part of my program this week. My name still remains Ekenezipui. Keep watching On Point. Bye.